That was a Steve Kerr game right there, man. That was definitely a Steve Kerr game.
Down 6 points heading into the fourth, and what does this dumbass do? A three-guard lineup.
He lost the game in two segments tonight, and he lost the game in that second quarter.
Yep.
And like sometimes shit happens, and it's like shit just happens, right? Like a thing here and there, right? But it's like this the thing that we've been complaining about all season long. Um, Listen, when you're shorthanded, you got to give your fucking team a chance, man. It's okay if you play a nine-man lineup where you got Draymond and Steph out. It's fine. It's completely fine. You don't have to play 10 motherfuckers, 12 motherfuckers, 11 motherfuckers every time, bro. Like, what is your obsession with simply just playing people? You didn't have to play them, bro.
No, at all.
It's just dumb, dog. Like, it's
He
just the
was a
dumbest shit.
minus
Like,
11 in 5 minutes.
bro, they're already short-handed. Why are you fucking playing him? It's dumb. Like, it's stupid. It's just the dumbest thing, man. I mean, outside of that, I was happy with the effort and all of that stuff. But it's like, you know what's about to happen, man. Like, stop it. Next thing you know, they're missing shots, turning over the ball. Just stupid basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like this dumb basketball. And the fucked up part is that they weren't even shooting the ball well. They were playing well defensively. And then this bozo just decides, like, let me just try shit. Sometimes bro, it's real simple, man. It's real simple. You didn't have to do that. You literally didn't have to do that. Next thing you know, they're turning over the ball. It's in transition, and sometimes Kerr, like I wonder about him, bro. Like, how the fuck do we win championships with this dude, man? He's like a boat. It's like the obvious thing to do. It's like, and y'all know me, man. I never really come up here complaining about the coaching, bro. Like, but that's one time I was looking at it and I was like, that's dumb. When he was bringing on Dario, and I was like, that's fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what the fuck are we doing, man? You got to give your squad a chance, man. And I don't think he's giving his squad a chance. The hell are we doing, bro? That shit right there. That's the dumb shit that I'm talking about, man.
We have to, and now we have to win this game on Saturday. If we don't, we're practically going to be a lock for the 9-10 seed.
Bro, Eric, I've never seen a worse shooting performance in my life.
No, no, I mean, bad shooting
Bro,
performances
my
happen,
my
right?
thing is that my thing is that so yeah, I understand that you have bad shooting performances, but bro, the shots they were getting like a bunch of
Wide
open
open,
clean
bro.
shots and Clay missing wide open clean shots, and then he takes the shot in the beginning of the game, hits the top of the damn backboard. I'm like, all right, he's starting the game off like this now.
Bro, like that shit right there. Bro, no, no, no. Hold on, hold on. This is not a missed shots thing, bro. This is like that second quarter. No, 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 no. This is not a missed shots thing, bro. This is more like a
Yeah, I
Steve
agree
Kerr
with
thing.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Because
I think it's like maybe 80-90% Steve Kerr, and then 10%
all
they
right,
just didn't have it going
okay.
into them.
This is
That's
like
it.
one of the games where you can just look at the quarter by quarter scoring.
Hmm.
And then if you watch the game, you can just look at what happened in that second quarter. Look at what happened in the start of that fourth quarter. And it's like, bro, this is a shit that we've been complaining about all year long, bro. Like, just don't do that. It's okay if you play a nine-man rotation, bro. It's fine. It's completely okay. People won't explode. I promise you that. You know what I'm saying? We got 2 days rest. Like Draymond didn't play tonight. We're shorthanded. You don't have to go dig deep um in the roster to keep people engaged, bro. It's dumb. Like, come on, man. Give us a fucking chance to win, bro. You're not giving us a fucking chance to win. I'm not saying it's the fucking main reason, but fuck, bro. Like, look at what happened in that second quarter.
Yeah.
What did those Dario minutes look like?
Like I said,
We're shorthanded, bro. We're literally shorthanded.
negative 11 in 5 minutes. I mean, minus 11.
Oh,
I need these Lakers to lose so I don't go to bed pissed off.
Come on. Got to give us a chance to win, man. Sometimes I feel like Steve Kerr doesn't give us a chance to win. He just doesn't. Simply just doesn't give us a chance to win.
Also, man, it was just frustrating to see him. Like, it's frustrating that this fucking front office is allergic to anybody over 6'9". Gafford was just packing shit left and right. 7 blocks. Damn.
Did Gafford finish the game perfect?
I hope not.
Fucking hell, bro.
He
Wait, did
did.
he?
Yeah, he
He
did. He
did.
Are
did.
you fucking serious?
Bro,
But yeah,
they
he's
kept
three
giving
away
him
from breaking the
lob.
record.
They kept giving him lob attempts, wide open lob attempts, and then helping off. I understand helping off to help Luca, but then that nobody came to help off weak side. So it's just like he had wide open shit the whole game.
Bro, this shit's ridiculous, man. I
Bro,
mean,
Gafford looked like prime freaking Hakeem out there on both sides of the court. Shit
yeah,
was
he had a hell
ridiculous,
of a
dog.
game tonight, bro. He was blocking
And
everything.
then,
Like,
and
fuck.
my thing is like, all right, so you see he's blocking everything. You guys are trying to go to the rim. He's blocking these, and he's playing great defense. All right, so how about we instead of I know you want to keep attacking, but at least pull up for three mid ranges, whatever. Stop just going at him because he's gonna block your shit. It was like 3 times. There was one time that Paul just went straight at him, and he just blocked the shot. I'm like, all right, bro, like that's just not gonna work.
Yeah, there's something called talent that we don't have enough of.
Nope.
Obviously, missing Draymond and Steph was huge, which is why we lost tonight. Um, it was competitive. They played hard, so it is what it is. Like if we had Dre and Steph, I think we probably win this game. But it just sometimes that's just how
Even
it
if
is.
even if Dre was out, I think if Steph was here, we mop the floor.
Oh yeah,
Exactly. I
for
was
sure.
gonna say that. I think we would have blew them out if we would have. If Steph would have just Steph, even if Dre sat
Yeah,
out,
because let
we
me tell you
still would have
something.
beat him
This
with Steph.
offense, it's not just that, oh, Steph can score 30 or whatever. It's the creation.
Collapsing the defense.
It's the primary creation, it's the secondary creation, it's the motion stuff, right? So they were Dallas could guard them pretty straight up tonight.
Which is why
And
you need a second option because if
yeah,
Jokic
so
is out,
Dallas can guard them pretty straight up. And like you're not getting that motion stuff from Steph. And Clay was just off tonight. Like
which
Clay
is
couldn't hit
why
shit
which
tonight.
is
And what
why
they
you need a
couldn't,
second option. That's why you
what
need,
they,
hold on. That's why you get a
it's
second option though, right? Because
It was the defense. Had
it was
nothing
not
to
the
do with no
defense.
second. It
It
was the
was the
defense.
offense. We
It
couldn't
was the
score. What are you
defense.
talking
It was
about?
the
It was
defense.
the defense. It was the
How
we
come
couldn't
we
get the
couldn't
bucket.
score? How?
We couldn't score because
listen.
Clay was not a
Can
second
you check the
option.
3 point? Can you check the
Wiggins
3 point
Wiggins is
differential?
not a second option, and neither is Chris Paul. We
Why you
needed a
keep
second
talking about the second option shit? Who has second option in the
Because
league?
there
two
was
way two way
nobody to
second
go at
option.
their
You need
worst defenders and create
No, we
shots,
need
bro.
defenders, man. If say defenders, man. Like
we held
fuck,
them to
like
109 points. We held the top five offense to
Exactly. And
109
Luca
points.
played horrible. Luca had a horrible game.
Tonight was the offense shadow. Come on. You usually you're accurate
no,
about
man,
Bro,
no,
dude
no,
shot under
no, no,
40%.
no, 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 no.
we didn't even
Clay
crack
missed
100.
shots. I get. Hold on, Clay missed shots. We missed bunnies, but you could still. We were competitive the whole game. In the fourth quarter, our defense went to shit, and we lost the game.
Why
That
did
was
it go to
it.
shit? Why did it go to shit?
Because they kept
Because
letting
Kerr
Steph
was
make
having
quick.
these weirdo lineups coming in the
Okay,
third and
I'll
the
tell
fourth
you,
quarter.
bro.
Dario, we had momentum. Dario
You know what's funny? I was
killed the
bringing
momentum.
Dario up. I was bringing up Dario in fucking November, and people were telling me,
Yeah, but it
"Don't
was
speak on
Dario's
Dario.
defense.
Don't
It
speak
was
on
Dario's
Dario."
defense who was killing us, not his
Doesn't matter
offense. Man
because
took the
he was
Now
shit.
it's everything.
he was a negative. He was a negative, and I knew that at some point, once his offense fell off, that he would be a clear negative. And he was only a positive because Chris Paul and him had their connection. Now CP got to work with Trace, that 2-man game. Dario's being iced out. Dario should never step on the court ever fucking again. Like this season, he's finished. There's
That
nothing that
nigga's
he can add to our
coach, he
team
should be cut.
that
He
adds
should be
any
cut from
value.
this team.
Sti-
At this stage, there's nothing he could do to help us. He can't hit
Dario
shots. He
Gaffer had
cannot.
Absolutely
seven
not.
He cannot
blocks
defend. He
today.
cannot defend. He cannot play make.
Whatsoever.
He
Not
cannot do anything.
whatsoever.
He cannot break a defense down. He cannot do anything. He's not a threat out there. Like, there's nothing he adds. So why? And I agree. Steve made a stupid decision. What he was thinking was, Draymond's out. Let's see if Dario can stay ready and he can come in and make an impact, just like Moody
Idiot.
has and all this stuff. That's what he was
Idiot.
going for. I
It's
agree.
just
It was
about the
not.
stupidest thing, bro. Like it's just about the stupidest shit that you can do.
That's
How
what
You
it
saw
about
it
was.
it,
the
bro?
whole season.
My
You
God,
saw
like
you've had the whole season. You played this guy over Trace the whole fucking season.
Yeah,
Idiotic.
yeah.
And then you play him
Idiotic.
again tonight. And Looney had a good,
That
he
no,
had a good
no,
showing.
Jim.
So why is Dario playing?
Jim,
All right. So that's number one.
the number one mistake, if I would agree with that point, that Kerr made this season was playing Dario over Trace at the five. When you and I were both pointing that out the whole time, that it was clear that Dario, his minutes were never going to be something sustainable in a winning context. And that what Trace does is clearly winning stuff. Now you see Trace tonight dominated. He did his thing. He almost had a double double. He was blocking shots at the rim, and he didn't even like play that many minutes really for what he should have been. So Dario got out there for like 6 minutes. The dude was a -11 in that time, in that span. Like, this is the stuff that costs us. And yes, it's on Steve, but also Clay got like 3 for 13, bro. He literally shot today's date. Today's March 13th. Like, that's what's happening, bro. Like, you can't have that. Shout out to Walk.
And
Like,
that's the thing is it all comes down to Steve and the lack of adjustments and just the terrible decisions that he's making throughout the course of this entire season. There's some pocket of moment where he's doing something ridiculous and it's hurting the Warriors. In tonight's game, it was the second quarter and the fourth quarter, the beginning of it. The second quarter, the Mavs got out to a somebody is like making weird noise, background noise. Who is Shadow? Is that you?
hey Shadow, go on
My
mute.
place is silent.
All right, so yeah, I think it was you, bro. But okay, so first we know what happened in the second quarter. They played Dario Saric at the five, which is completely nonsensical. The Mavs get out to a 13-0 run to begin that quarter. Now Trace comes back, and they're able
Well, how
to.
much? How much?
It was 13-0 to start the second quarter. All right, so those were the Dario Saric minutes. So blame nobody, but not even don't blame Dario for that. We know what Dario isn't, and blame Steve Kerr and the coaching staff for that decision. The fact that they still haven't figured that out is just utterly insane to me. You could have just played Trace and Loon combination at the center spot and just played him a few more minutes than you usually do. It's fine, right? So it doesn't break down. Now, the fourth quarter, you start the quarter with Chris Paul, Pods, and Klay Thompson. I don't know how many fucking times I gotta say that you can't keep playing these three guard fucking lineups where there's no POA. Don't play CP, Curry, and Klay Thompson lineups, and don't play CP, Potts, and Klay lineups. There's no POA there. Do you know what a POA is? Do the Warriors have POA? They have Wiggins and GP2. They don't have one, they have two. And yet neither of them are on the floor at the same
well,
time.
Jim.
Offensively, those three guys are not doing anything anyway.
Yes,
So
yes,
if it's not
yes,
helping offensively anyway, why are you compromising your defense to do that?
Yo,
yes.
And
Jim,
every time you do
Jim,
these things, your defense falls apart.
Jim.
If you have no POA, your defense falls apart. If you have no
Bro,
anchor, your defense falls apart.
Jim,
Hey
none
You
Jim,
should
of
here's
have
the
them were
both of
two
thing.
them on the
shots,
floor
Jim.
at all times
They
of the
weren't
game.
two
Hold on one
shots
Man,
all
I
second.
night.
watched the game.
Jim,
We
Jim,
couldn't
Jim.
score.
Jim, you know what was achieved tonight? What was achieved tonight is that Steve managed to get everyone under 30 minutes, damn near, except Kaminga.
That's all it is. This guy's just managing minutes, man.
What
At
the
the
fuck are
end of
we
the
doing,
day,
man?
it's
Are we
at the
trying to
end
win
of the
games or
day.
what, man?
At the
Yeah,
end of the day,
he
these
got no
guys
fucking
gotta
urgency
fucking.
in his decision making. Klay Thompson is doing nothing. He's struggling and struggling and struggling, and you're putting him out there with three fucking guards. If he's struggling and Moody's having a better night, then bring Moody in and bench Klay. Make quicker decisions on the fly. Because if you
No,
don't, then you're gonna
Jim,
trick the fucking game.
Jim. Okay, who would you say our three top offensive options were tonight? Because you're right. If you play too small and then it's not going to work defensively, then you better hope that you make it up on the offensive end. It didn't happen. So who are our top three guys?
I mean, it could have been some combination of obviously Kuminga, Klay, Wiggins, and Wiggins kind of showed up late. And Chris Paul was kind of a no-show tonight. He struggled tonight to create and make it convert on his own
Well,
shots.
he
9 points on
He
couldn't. Yeah,
12
missed
he
a
couldn't
shots
make
lot of
shots.
is
bunnies
pretty
tonight,
bad.
bro.
So
He
Like
missed a lot of
shots
shots.
that
So
he would
guess what?
usually make, bro. Like he missed a lot of those tonight, man.
Chris Paul,
yeah,
Andrew Wiggins, Klay Thompson combined for 32% from the field. and you're asking Kaminga, who's a natural third or fourth option, to basically be your first option, and that's the
Yeah, and
problem.
you can't do that.
Joe, you know Kaminga.
You see
Kaminga
how
had
he
six.
gets
Well,
himself going, but he can't really
yes,
get anybody else going under any
Jim,
circumstance.
Jim,
Like,
Jim,
there's no
Jim,
2-man game with him
And
whatsoever
Kaminga only can
Jim. He
with
had
shoot
six.
anybody.
like
He
two
had six.
threes,
He had
so he's
six
not even
turnovers.
a threat
He had
spacing
six
wise.
turnovers tonight, Jim. Jim, he had six
Yeah,
turnovers,
yeah,
and
and they were
that's not.
super detrimental.
And I don't blame him either because he's 21. Of course, he's gonna like. If he's the main focus of a defense, there's gonna be times where he just struggles to make a read or he just gets picked off. Like, of course, I'm just saying he had six turnovers because you're asking a 21-year-old when Steph Curry is out to be the main focal point of your team, and that's a problem fundamentally. Like when Steph is out, that
This is
I
what they
think.
wanted. This is what they wanted. That's the future. Can't and untouchable, right? Well, this is what you get. So, but at the end of the day, I would say
I know,
that
but we're
You know
doing
what they should have done?
all.
They should have given the ball to Trace on offense more. That's what I think.
Bro, there was
But
so
why didn't
many
they feed
times
Trace? He
that,
was doing good. Like
bro, there was so
I
many
don't
They should
times
have
understand.
feed Trace
down,
more.
bro.
this team is brain dead. They don't look for their
Exact,
bigs.
bro. There was like 3 or 4 times that he posted up on small guards and they just don't give him the ball. I
Yeah,
never understand it.
you
This
got to
team is
But
feed him
like,
brain
more,
dead. I'm
man.
telling you, bro. Even Pods, like,
and
bro, you have tunnel vision or what? You're a guard with
Let's not
limited
even
scoring ability. You
let's
got
stay
to be
off
able to see the
pods, man.
floor on your
bro,
drives.
it's
Let's
like
stay
they
off
don't trust
pods,
him.
man.
It's like
Come
they
on,
don't
man.
Stay
trust
off
him to
Pods. I
score.
ain't staying off with anybody, bro. Pods,
Stay
you
off
got to
pods,
be
man.
better
Nah,
as a
man, leave pods
creator.
alone,
And if you're
bro.
not going to be good enough,
Leave pods alone, man. Leave pods alone, man.
Bro, pods is so passionate
Okay,
today, bro.
guys,
I don't give no
we
respect.
lost, but this is it wasn't even indicative of how we've been playing, bro. Like they were 10-2 on the road.
We've lost 3 of 4. We've lost 3 of 4. We lost to the Bulls. We lost to the Spurs. We beat the Spurs, and then we just
Yeah,
lost
but
to
we're
the
losing games we should
to
We
be
the
lost
Mavs
to
winning.
tonight.
DeMar DeRozan and fucking Nikola Vucevic. Do not
I
Yeah,
will
and
say
forget
something
that
positive
was no
though. I will say
defense.
something
So
And then
positive.
teams
fucking
that
lost to
teams
There's a
that are
positive to
DeRozan.
take away from this game, and it's the fact that they did a good job on Luca, and their defense was holding up. Offensively, they were problematic tonight. Obviously, no Steph Curry. It is what it is. But defensively, they showed something. They showed the ability to limit, all the actions that they weren't able to limit at all in their first game. They
bro,
held the Mavs
27
to
points is a lot of points to be
48
missing, man.
points. 48 points
27
in the
points
first
is a lot
half.
of points to be missing.
Yeah, which is really impressive for the Warriors to be able to do that. And Trace was in the middle of that equation. And this gives you a lot of hope that once they're fully healthy, that a team like this, they can really curtail and from being able to do what they want to do offensively. So that gave me a lot of encouragement. But obviously, I just think that
Well,
Steve didn't give
they
his
were
team the
competing
proper
for three
opportunity to better
quarters.
compete.
They were competing for 3 quarters. We were 10-2. We had the number one record. We um we were scoring 120 points per game in that time span. We were second in during that duration in rebounds. Like, and we were I think we were like number one in assists, like with 30 assists a game during that time. Tonight we weren't moving the ball and everybody was just standing up there. Then on top of it, we had mismatches with Trace, mismatches with Kaminga, but we can't force feed shit. We have to move the ball and then run your offense that you've been running from every practice and doing what you're doing. As far as Luca's concerned, cool. But at the end of the day, the off-ball stuff was killing us because all they were doing was setting back screens and cutting. Look how many dunks they got today. Shouldn't that tell you the whole story about the defense? There was like 12 or
Man,
13
no,
dunks.
that's not the defense. That's it. That's we need a center to
How the
protect the
fuck do
rim.
we need a center when these guys were on one
To
side of
protect.
the court? There's
We need
Kyrie threw like
somebody
three
past
half court
six
lobs.
nine that can
Brother, Kyrie
be a
threw like
threat
three
at the
half court
rim.
lobs. What the fuck are you even talking about to me right now? Three half court lobs. This wasn't in the half court, dog. This was three half court lobs. They weren't running back in transition. That's defense.
By
Yeah,
the
the
way,
fit.
Gafford was
Yeah,
Gafford was Gafford was amazing for the Mavs, and what a difference he's making for their team. Like the guy is literally approaching Wilt Chamberlain's all-time record for consecutive shots, like not miss. Like imagine if the Warriors got a guy like that, bro. Like,
No, no,
come
no.
on,
Don't
bro.
imagine because we don't need bigs. We don't
The
need a
guy
big.
got
We don't need a
7
big. We
fucking
don't need a
blocks tonight. Holy shit! Talk about rim protection, bro. Can you imagine a combination of like Gafford and Trace Jackson Davis for the Warriors? I mean, fuck, man. They got Gafford and Lively on the floor at all times. At all times on the floor. And they shot 11 of They shot 11 of 13 from the field. Like these guys don't miss, right?
Ain't they
And they're
got?
just a
Ain't they
constant rim
like
rolling
4 or
threat. Like
5 inches taller than our big man? Like, come on,
Nah,
4
man.
or
bro, we don't
five
need we don't need
inches.
a
What
big
the
man.
fuck are you talking about, bro?
Talk about 3 to 4 inches.
We think Webiniana was out there? What are you talking about, bro?
Listen, man, the
Trace
story of this
Jackson
game,
is.
the story of this game is literally the threes versus the points in the paint. The Dallas, they shot 22% from three, but they still won due to scoring 68 points in the paint, bro, along with the fast breaks. It's
But we
insane.
don't need a center. We center.
Bro, a center
We
is
were
not
just missing
stopping
shots.
pain points. These are Kyrie
Yes,
floaters. These are things like what do you keep talking
Bro,
about,
somebody
son?
over
Yeah, like this is
7 foot
beyond like
will.
Bro, man, like listen, man, the Warriors are 15-5, dog. All this talk you guys are having when they were winning, you weren't saying shit. They're 15-5, dog. This was a poor
We've
effort.
lost.
Missed shots. What part aren't you
No, it
getting?
wasn't poor
Your
effort.
brain dead?
It was not. It was not poor
it was
effort.
not
It was
poor
missed
effort.
shots, but it was
It was
not.
missed shots. It was
It was
missed
not
shots and
poor
It
Steve
effort.
wasn't
Kerr
poor
mismanaging the
effort.
rotations.
Brother,
No, it
we
was
have
not poor
not
effort.
got dunked on this much. They weren't even trying, bro.
Shadow, you're asking a team with 20-year-olds to like be on a string. Do you understand like what your expectations are? It's not effort. It's just a lack of understanding how to win a damn game against Kyrie Irving, who's a legitimate second option when Luka went down. That's what happened really. Kyrie took over because he's a real second option. We couldn't stop him. He
Kyrie
didn't have
played
anyone
like
that could
dog
punish
shit
them,
today.
and that's what happened.
What are you
No, he
Whoa,
talking
whoa,
didn't.
about?
whoa,
He had
whoa.
23.
Wait, he played like dog shit today. Kyrie wasn't Kyrie.
Kyrie?
He had 20.
He played
He had
what?
23 and 10 and shot 50%, bro. 50% from the
Kyrie
field on
cooked us, bro.
23 and
Kyrie
10.
cooked us.
Kyrie
Yeah,
buried us
yeah,
in that
yeah,
fourth
yeah,
quarter.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
man.
Kyrie was
Okay.
bad. What?
he kind of put the game away.
It's
Kyrie,
What
okay. I'll
happened in
admit,
the
Bro,
Kyrie.
he
bro.
fourth
cooked us, bro.
quarter, man?
Yeah, he
They
put the
couldn't.
game away.
The
Oh my
Warriors couldn't
god,
score
bro.
for like 3 to 4 minutes,
Well,
man.
see, it's a combination
Bro,
because see, here's the thing: like people are
Bro, it's
missing.
not. We couldn't stop nothing for 3 or 4 minutes. There were 13-0 runs. That has to do with defense,
Man,
dog.
how is it the
You have to
defense,
make
And
man? The
Steve
Warriors
stops.
only
Kerr.
scored 99
yeah. No,
points.
but the zero is very important too. We couldn't score.
Yeah,
The zero is also relevant. Like, we also couldn't
Brother,
match their
brother. No
buckets or
NBA
buckets.
team is
Fine.
gonna outscore teams. You have to stop people, bro. The elite teams
We
play
did. We held them.
defense, dog.
We
Bro,
held them to
this was a top.
109
Hold on, hold
points.
on.
We
This
we
was a
couldn't
top
score.
five offense. A top five offense, and we held them under 110. What else do you
So you
want? You want
think
them to
you
score
think tonight's
150?
effort on defense was great?
It wasn't effort, Shadow. You're missing the point. It's not about effort. It's about the fact that
They played good defense,
Kaminga,
Shadow.
Pods. Yeah,
Who
it wasn't even
the
bad
team
defense.
played?
But
So Pods played good defense tonight.
no,
CP3
no,
played
no.
good
I
defense tonight.
again, that's my point, though. You're asking a. You're
CP3
not
played
making
good
sense at
defense
all.
tonight. Did Clay play good defense
You're not.
tonight?
You're not making much sense.
CP3?
Did CP3 play
Okay,
good defense? Like what am I saying?
on.
Okay,
No.
We
I thought
Did
played good team
Christopher Paul
defense.
play good defense tonight?
he played good.
Name me
Yeah,
the
I thought he
people who
played good
played
team
good
defense.
defense tonight. Open up your mouth and tell me the
You
people who
want
played
you
good
just
defense tonight.
you want you're setting the question up, so I say
I
Wiggins.
don't
But guess
care for
what?
you to say
I'll
Wiggins. You're never going to say Wiggins. Say
no.
who
Why
else
not? Why
played
wouldn't
good
I?
defense.
Why wouldn't
Who
I?
else
Why
played
wouldn't
good
I?
defense, Doc?
Why
Who
why
else?
wouldn't
Oh,
I
okay,
say Wiggins?
remove Wiggins. Who played good
You just said
defense?
I'd never say
Who
Wiggins. Why
played
why
good
wouldn't I say
defense?
Wiggins?
Who played good
Why
defense?
wouldn't I say Wiggins?
Who
Why
played good
wouldn't I say
defense?
Wiggins? No, no, no.
Did
Answer my
Kaminga
question.
play
Why
good
wouldn't I
defense?
say Wiggins? Why
Did
wouldn't I say
Kaminga play good?
Wiggins?
Bro, nobody played good
Why
defense
wouldn't
tonight,
I say
bro.
Wiggins?
You
Why
wouldn't.
wouldn't I
You're
say
not gonna
Wiggins?
say good because you don't recognize his defense. Like what? You blind? You want me to say it 40 times? Would you like me to say it in Farsi?
shadow,
You don't.
shadow,
You don't recognize him as a good defender.
shadow,
You've said it
shadow,
multiple
He's a
times,
good.
shadow.
Hold on, hold
huh,
on. So I'll say it. So hold on. So okay. So if that's how you feel,
brother?
I'll
I'm
say it.
saying
He's a
Jonathan
good.
Kaminga
He's
didn't play good defense
Shadow.
tonight.
I don't think he's a bad defender, Shadow, but he wasn't locked down. What are you saying right
Luca
now?
was not
He
one
wasn't
one.
locked down.
Luca was 1 for 9 against him. Let's check the matchup data
Shadow.
tomorrow
What did
morning.
he? What?
Let's check,
Kyrie got his on Wiggs. Kyrie got his in the fourth. Wiggs was guarding him. He was dying on screens. Listen, it's okay. I'm not saying he's
brother.
a
I
bad
want to know
defender.
who played good defense. You're not going to mention Wiggins, so who played good defense?
It was Trace, dude. Trace was our best defender
Okay,
tonight.
great.
Trace was our best defender
So
tonight.
I,
so
I
that
don't
was
That's
think
my
only
Clay
one
played
opinion.
bad
defender.
defense.
One
Arian,
defender.
I can't
We
see you
went
on
12
stage.
deep. We went 12 deep. One defender. One
I
defender, we
agree.
went
The
12
defense
deep.
wasn't perfect,
One
but
defender?
but again, okay,
You're not
but
even
we,
making
we
sense
we held
tonight, bro.
them.
And you
We
always
held
make
them to
sense.
6 of 27 from three. 6 of 27 from three. I'm not saying the defense was great, but it wasn't
The
bad. It was
defense was
decent. It was
great. Listen,
passable.
listen, listen,
No, it
listen,
wasn't,
listen,
man. We had
listen.
two people
Shadow.
play defense
Okay,
tonight.
Shadow.
Two people
Let
play
me
defense
explain.
tonight.
Shadow, let me explain. You cannot say that the Warriors played bad defense the whole game when they held the Mavs to 48 points, and that was with Dario Saric playing in those minutes. Okay, so there were segments clearly when they played really good defense. Now there were other segments where they fucked up and they couldn't play good. It's not about effort; it's that they couldn't because you have three guards on the floor and there's no POA. How many times do I got to say this? Can we just clarify for this once and for all that you cannot play good defense if you have three guards on the floor at the same time and none of them are POA? Can
And
we
how
agree
long
on
did
that?
we have
If we can
three
agree on that,
three
then we
guards
know
on the
exactly
floor.
where the defense fell apart, right?
That's why I was gonna Shadow. Can I ask you an honest question, bro? Like, if it's okay.
What's up, brother?
Your point about defense, I definitely see where you're coming from. Is it at least fair to say that we actually did solid defensively up until that beginning of the fourth quarter when they blew it open to almost 20 points when they got the three ball
There were
started going?
two, how I saw it, there were two poor defensive sequences. It was in the, like, somewhere around the second quarter. I would say,
It was literally the start of the
yeah,
second and the
start of the
start of the
second
fourth.
and the
That was
start
what it
of
was.
the fourth quarter. That's when it broke down. But here's the thing.
And that was when we started small and started
That's
sorry.
that's where I
That's
was
what
going
happened.
at.
Here's a
That's what I was
problem.
going at.
Here's a problem, right? Like, if these guys are running high ball screen, high ball screen, high ball screen, right? And there's so much defense that you can play, especially in this NBA. And we're doing a relatively good job until, those two pockets of the game, right? And then bad possession, turnover here, turnover there. And then next thing you know, they're running the ball down the court. Kyrie's throwing like half court lobs damn near. So, I mean, you can't.
Because the offense was bad,
Yeah,
bro.
and
We
they
were
missed
we
a
were
lot
getting
of
bad
open shots too,
shots.
right? So I seen there
Yeah.
was a shot in the
Yeah,
corner.
yeah.
Chris
We missed
Paul
some
missed an
shots. I
open
agree.
shot
We
in the
missed some shots.
corner. Clay.
Yeah, because we don't have who's a shooter on the team. Like name one shooter
I mean,
outside of
Clay
Clay.
was missing some easy shots tonight. Chris Paul.
And
Chris
if you
Paul had like a
and
few
on top of
floaters
that,
that he was making the other night that they just weren't falling tonight.
You guys are
You know what I'm
really
saying?
worried about Clay Alexander Thompson's shooting? Like he's
No,
gonna
no,
be
no.
a
I'm not.
bad
Yes,
shooter?
Well, versus the Lakers, I
yes,
am.
because he, you know what? If you were talking
You're
to me
worried
earlier
about the
in the
second greatest
season,
shooter of all
if
time.
you were talking to me early in the season, I would say, you know what, Shadow? Maybe I'm nervy. Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe I'm just talking, bro.
The
But
man
he's
had a
doing
bad
it
shooting night.
consistently. He's shooting toward it consistently. The brother told me what day it was today. I didn't have to look at the clock because he told me what day it was today.
I wouldn't be
He's
worried
doing this
about Clay shooting.
consistently.
I wouldn't be worried about Clay
I'm not
shooting.
saying
would
Clay
you
should.
would
The
you say
last thing you need to be worried
No,
about.
no, no. I'm not.
would
No
you
one's bring.
You could
Hold
say
on,
you're
hold on,
worried
hold
about
on, hold
Clay's
on.
defense.
Hold on, hold
Shooting?
on, hold
Nah.
on. Hold on, hold
Are you
on.
worried about Clay shooting versus the
Hold
Lakers,
on, hold on,
Shadow?
hold on, hold on, hold on. It's it's March 13th and Clay shot 3 of 13 today.
Oh,
Come
come
on,
on, bro.
dog. Come
Come
on,
on,
dog.
bro. Yo, y'all foul for that. Y'all foul for that.
Come on, man.
Y'all petty, bro.
Yo, y'all gotta relax, man. Come on, man. Y'all gotta relax, man. Come on, bro.
Dre, I
Fam,
blame
go.
you for that,
Everybody
bro.
can go ahead and have their
Oh,
funeral with no Draymond and no thing. If Kyrie and Luca didn't play tonight, it would have been a different result. Like, I don't understand, man. We
But
were
Why? Wait,
competitive.
what do you mean
I'm just
Kyrie and
disappointed
Luca?
in the
Luca
effort
was
in the fourth
basically a
quarter. I'm
non-factor in
super
that game.
disappointed in the effort in the fourth quarter. It was despicable. And the second quarter. The second quarter was ridiculous, bro.
the-
It's incapable,
so
bro. There was a one possession. You guys remember that one possession where Trace got a block on Lively, right? And then the
that was
other
good.
guys that are out of the wing, they need to converge on that situation.
All I'm
And
saying is
if you're a
tonight was
natural
a
power
bad
forward, you
game.
would
You
do
guys
that.
are over. You guys are making it seem them fam. What was? How did we get 15 wins in the last in
It
in in
was
in the last segment? That we're 15-5 in the last 20 games. You do know that. How the fuck did we get 15 games? We won 15 times lucky.
no.
but
We were
No.
lucky
Hold on,
15 times.
I opened up by saying that no Steph, no Dre. If they play, we win. It's not about this game. It's about fundamental issues that I'm seeing that can carry over. We got to correct them. And it's individually and it's collective. And what we're gonna just
What's the collective issue that you see, Dre?
We're asking young players to be on a string defensively. Like, and some of that is, yeah, Draymond's out, but like also when Draymond sits, I don't know if I like Trey's got to play, man. I don't trust Starge. I don't trust Loon even against most matchups. Steve got to get his lineups fucking in order. Steve fucked this game
And
up
that's
too.
what it comes down to. It's all Steve.
That's
The biggest detrimental quarters for them, or the biggest detrimental segments for the Warriors is what happened because of Steve
bro.
Kerr's decision making. The
I don't know how
fundamentals were
Steve.
missing.
I I don't know how Steve can go home or go on the team playing tonight, rewatch that film, and look at that second quarter, and then look at the fourth quarter, and continually doing that shit, bro. Like,
Urkel Mans was managing minutes, bro. He didn't care about the game.
bro,
He was
like,
managing
So
minutes. He
Shadow,
You
I
threw
how
mean,
in
think
the
I
he
get it,
watches
towel at
dog.
the
film,
4 minute
oh
bro?
my
mark
You think
down
this
You
guy
gotta
god.
watches
stop playing
film?
TP
That's the
Bro,
pod
he
first
was
play,
mistake right
man.
managing
there.
minutes, bro. He wasn't caring about the
so why
game.
are
I've
are you
never seen a coach in my life down 11, 4 minutes left, and you throw in the towel.
he
That's
wasn't
see, this is why it's so comical.
This
Lester
guy's
came
trash,
in.
man. Steve
This
Kerr is
is
trash.
you know what's so funny, Shadow? At if anybody was here at the last space, if you listen to the last 1 to 2 minutes, Shadow, when you asked about going into this Mavs game, what exactly, if anybody remember exactly what I said, this played out exactly what I was talking about. When Rose said, "Hey, as long as if Kerr, what we did with the Spurs, if we could just stay consistent with the lineup, it seemed like Kerr's got it figured out. We should be okay." I literally said Kerr is a wild card, bro. He's unpredictable. You never know what he's going to do, and he shuffles the lineups at random times. When Dario came in at the second quarter, I was like, "Oh, here we go." He goes -11, we go down, and now we're in a situation where now we're trying to claw our way, we're trying to fight our way back, which we did. We got it down to 76 to 70 going into I think the fourth quarter. And that's when the Mavericks just blew the game open. But Kerr, at the end of the day, I just hope uh, if he can just figure out the lineups. I'm not saying that we can win these games without Draymond and Steph, but I swear if he could get these lineups intact, combined with us just playing with effort, bro, we can win these games. We absolutely could have
we
won this
played
game
with
tonight.
effort? Why do we're conflating? This is the issue. All right, I don't know how many times I have to say this. We're conflating effort with understanding how to get back on defense, how to match up properly, how to not allow cross matches, how to rotate properly, how to communicate. We're asking 21-year-olds and 22 and 23-year-olds to literally do what Draymond and Steph do. Pods was running the offense like he's Steph Curry. He can't fucking do that. Kaminga cannot guard like Draymond does. Neither can, as great as Trace was, he was overhelping at times too. The fundamental issue tonight was that the young guys played better than the vets. That was the issue. And the young guys are not equipped to beat the Mavs by themselves because they're not experienced enough and they don't have enough reps under their belt. So that's at the end of the day, that's the issue. Now,
I think they
I
did
don't
a
know
pretty
why
good
at the
job,
end of
Jay.
the day that's
no,
the
no, no.
issue.
They did do a good
I
job.
think they
Bro,
did a pretty
Hold on,
good
Steve
hold on.
job.
didn't give
Like,
them a
Wait,
Hold
wait,
fighting
on.
wait.
chance,
Dre,
Hold
they
Dre.
on.
could have won this game
Steve
though.
didn't give them a fighting chance. The game
yeah,
ended early in the
Jim.
fourth quarter. You run a
Jim.
three guard. You're talking about rotations and play better and all understanding. It doesn't matter. You got three guards on the floor. They cannot execute that either way, Dre.
It comes
That's
back
the
to the
biggest
lineups. It
problem.
comes back
The
to the
yeah, man. I
lineups.
agree
rotations.
with Jim.
If you keep
Jim.
playing these stupid rotations, it doesn't matter who you have available. You're gonna lose those segments, Dre.
Jim. Jim.
You're gonna lose
Jim.
those segments. So at the end of the day, it's not about that. It's about Steve's got to give this team an opportunity to try to compete at the end
Jim.
of a game,
Jim.
and he
If the
doesn't. He didn't do that tonight. And then
you
most
gotta
times,
hold
the
Jim,
way he closes games doesn't really give the
you gotta
team a
hold the vets
much of
to
a
a
shot
higher
either.
standard, Jim. Jim, you gotta hold the vets to a higher standard than this. This is ridiculous. You're right. You're right.
What is you're saying? Okay, you're saying the vets got to be held to a higher standard. And I'm telling you, what the hell is Chris Paul and Klay Thompson supposed to do
You
in
are
the
speaking,
backcourt with
Jim.
pods next to them?
You
What
are
are they
speaking
supposed to do?
on the defensive end, but offensively,
They
I
should have
can,
been better.
bro.
The defense
Wiggins, hold
keeps
on.
their offense connected enough.
Let's
When you
name the
break
three
down
guys. Let's
defensively
name
like
the
that, it's
three
over.
guys. Jim, let's name the three guys. Wiggins, Clay, Chris Paul. They combined for 32% from the field.
Yeah, they
That is
shot
not
poorly
going to
and they
get
were
it
still
done.
competing, Dre. They were
Yes,
still
because
competing even though they were shooting poorly. Yes or no?
yes, and because their
When did it break
defense,
down?
it broke down in the second and the fourth, but when the vets were in. And
but
yes,
can
his
you
lineups were
say?
bad. And yes, his lineups were bad. But the vets
Yeah,
also
that's
missed
it, Dre.
shots.
I'm
That's
about to say
it.
It's both.
can
If you
both
put
be
out an
Bro,
true?
Jim, you
incapable
cannot give him a
lineup, you
pass,
can't
Jim.
talk about
Jim,
effort and you can't talk about fundamentals if the lineups are
stop giving
incapable
players a
of doing
pass, Jim.
what you want them
Stop
to
giving
do.
players a pass. You're giving them a pass. That's enough. We cannot just put everything on Steve. Yes, 60%, 70% on Steve. But part of the issue is that time and time again, the young guys have outplayed the vets this season. That's a fact. You
Okay,
got to acknowledge that.
hold up. You said 60 to 70% is on Steve, right?
That's a
But then you
chunk.
said
Yes.
the biggest problem is what? You didn't say
Sure.
that
Sure.
if Steve is 60, 70% of the problem, to me that it's more than that. But if he's 60, then that's the majority of the problem,
It
bro.
doesn't matter, Jim,
That's what you gotta say.
because they're still
First say that.
they're still. I just said
You
that.
can't be making
You just still
There's
17.5
have to
still
be a
million, the
there's
little bit
highest
still a
paid
stronger.
coach,
proportion.
and
There's
be 60, 70, even 30% of the problem.
there's
I
still
will
a
Can't happen.
never blame
there's
the players
still
before blaming the coach who's making fundamentally stupid decisions that is going to ensure that the Warriors are
bro.
it's impossible for
Did
them
you
to
not
play good
listen to me?
defense.
Did you not listen to me? I just said we lost tonight in the second and fourth quarter because of Steve's lineups. However, see, Jim, this is the problem. You need to also look at everything. You can't just look at one thing.
Dre,
You
the
need to
results would be different if the lineups were
no.
different. The
Don't give
lineups would be, the
bail.
results would be different if the
You're giving
lineups were
bail,
different.
Jim. You're giving bail. You're giving bail. You want every lineup
Dre,
to be
would you
perfect?
say it's a combination of both?
Yeah. What do you mean? What I say? That's what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying
no,
that
that's
right
dumb.
now.
Dog. That's why I'm just saying what you're saying.
So, Jim, can you acknowledge it's a combination of both? Or are we going to give Wiggins, Clay, and CP a pass for getting outplayed by Pods, Kaminga, and Trace? Because if the lineups were
Odds,
bad, hold on,
Kaminga, and
Jim,
trades.
if the lineups were bad for the vets, then the lineups were bad for the young kids. And the young kids still outplayed them. I'm not trying to hear that. Fucking hold them accountable, man. They're fucking getting paid 25, 30 M's. And the dudes making fucking 5 M's are
Where
outplaying
are
them.
they messing up, Dre? Where are they messing up? Where did the vets mess up tonight?
They're not,
Did
they're
they
offensively,
outside of missing shots? What else is it that you were unhappy with them about?
I don't like the effort. I don't like, they're not boxing
What
out.
effort? What effort?
They're
That
Where
was
did
not
you
bad
see
from
boxing
effort
out.
Jesus
issue?
They're
Christ.
not boxing out. Wiggins and Kaminga. Kaminga's not boxing out. He's 21 years old. Wiggins is fucking 29 and he's still not boxing out at 29. Klay Thompson is rushing shots early in the shot clock, coming off contested bullshit, bro. You got to get the ball moving and swinging and get good shots off the ball. And Chris Paul.
That's
Listen,
true.
as good as CP has been, right? Tonight he missed shots, fine. I don't even put it on CP as much. But I need boxing out from our vets, and I need good shot selection from our vets. I'm watching Pods and JK and Trace trying to do the right things. But I see now. Listen, I agree. The major
Dre.
yes,
I saw another thing tonight, right?
and Moody too. Like Moody was struggling. Like of course
You
the
know the
young guys.
wild part about it, Dre, is that tonight, you know, this is one of those things where
He had
Kobe
five
Bryant
fouls,
talked
bro. 5 fouls. Go
He,
ahead.
Kobe
Sorry.
he
talked
I,
about running
I thought
up
he fouled
against
out.
like the two-headed horse like a few years ago, and we literally ran into a two-headed horse, and we didn't have our one horse. You know what I'm saying? And but the effort stuff, bro, we had 15 offensive rebounds tonight.
we
So
shut Luca down. We shut Luca
Yeah.
down.
here's
I
the
mean,
thing. So when
yeah,
we talk
that's
about
true.
like the effort stuff, right? There's
Yeah.
so many games where I've watched this season where we've had more shots than a team. The turnovers were around the same, and we fucking lose the game, bro. And I'm telling you, the game was lost from my. I don't think it was an effort thing tonight because I thought they gave pretty good effort. But bro, they literally lost the game in like
It's
two
that fourth
4 minute
quarter. That
pockets,
fourth
bro.
quarter.
Like, bro, literally in the fourth quarter.
In the
So that's
second and fourth, yeah, yeah.
yes.
I
So
agree.
so those two 4 minute pockets, right? Which is
That's
around
it.
eight
That's the
minutes,
fucking
is
game.
That's
right
the
where they
story.
lost the game, bro. And it's like Steve, bro, give us a
Space,
fucking
space,
chance,
space. Let
bro.
me space.
But wait,
Which
Give
but
us a fucking chance, and he
why?
just takes those fucking chances away
Okay,
with these
that's all
fucking
true.
lineups, man.
But again, we cannot be blind. This is a pattern, bro. We're 65 games in.
pattern
Good.
is with the lineups, right?
That's part of it, but Steve gets them right sometimes too. My point is this: the consistent
When he
And
gets
shot
it
when he
right,
gets
do
them
they
right, we
win?
win.
When he gets it right, do they win?
They
There
win.
we go.
Jim,
There,
There
I
you
don't
there we
know
go.
go.
what you guys ain't
yeah,
seeing,
Jim,
man.
and also when the vets actually show up, we also win. That's true too.
That is
Did the
true. That is
did the
true.
vets hold on? Did Clay and CP show up against the Spurs? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, which game? To be fair, because we saw the pattern with these lineups. Which game was it? The Bulls or the Spurs, where Kerr went with a lineup that nobody ever played with each other before?
It was the
I
Bulls.
think
I think that was the
It was the
Bulls.
Bulls.
it was the Bulls. So and then now we have a situation where he does great against the Spurs the previous night. Now he
Oh
comes
my
back in with the
god,
second quarter with Dario. So it just shows that I don't know if Kerr feels like he still has to shuffle
bro.
things around. I
No,
thought I thought TJD and Looney would be just the best big men to go to tonight, but Kerr feels different. I don't know what he's gonna do going into the Lakers game. I don't know what he's gonna do. So
he's
we'll
gonna
see.
play Draymond. He's gonna play Draymond and Trace. That's what he's gonna do.
Yeah, assuming Draymond is available. Who
Yeah,
knows what's going on with
I
his
think
back
he'll
at
be.
this
I
point?
think he'll be back. He'll be back. I think he will.
I thought he would play tonight. I was
By the
surprised that
way,
he wasn't.
well, it was surprising, but at the end of the day, I was saying it after the
Why
Spurs
would it be
game.
surprising? That man does not want to step on the floor if Steph's not there.
You don't think his back is an issue?
I think his back is an issue, but I think Steve wanted to rest his back for the Lakers where Steph would be back.
Oh, that's fair. I think the back was also an issue, though. I think, yeah, maybe some of it
Not
was.
unplayable, man.
If it was a playoff game, maybe he plays. Yeah, he probably. I would say 60-70%. But I also think the back. It was a game time decision, so he was probably testing it out. He got ruled out an hour before the game, though. So really, was it a game time decision? I don't know.
Look,
So,
It
man.
was.
so it sounds like Kerr going into the play-in because it looks like, depending on how we do Saturday, we might end up seeing the Lakers in the play-in. It sounds like even going into the playoffs or into the play-in, we don't even have a solid formula. We do have it, but Kerr still doesn't feel confident in a solid formula and being consistent with a lineup. That's what it
Mm.
sounds like. He just still wants to
I'm gonna be
play
honest
and
with you.
experiment. He wants to experiment with lineups still.
There are pockets of the game where I watch this team and they're rotating. They're so there was a possession with Wiggs tonight, right? It was the textbook possession on how you guard Luca, and I'm like, oh, okay, they came to play. And there was another play where Clay was on Luca, and they played him perfectly.
Yes,
You know what I'm
yes.
saying?
Yep.
And I was looking at those possessions, and I'm like, bro, if they can just give consistent effort, right? And like Steph is out, bro. Like
Bro,
you know how this team
They
works.
didn't even close the game with Luca. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
because Kyrie, no, no,
Kyrie.
no, because Kyrie destroyed them. That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's why.
Dude.
No,
All right.
Luca got injured.
Do we have a Kyrie Irving to match him bucket for bucket? That was the problem. Kaminga was driving into crowds, and Clay was forcing shots up off the ball.
There
And
was a
and
possession,
yeah,
and this is the kind of thing I've been talking about with Kaminga, right? Like tonight, the offense was very Kaminga centric, and I'm going to be honest with you, Kaminga kept them into the game. But
yeah,
27 points.
this
he
is the
did.
thing that I'm talking about with Kaminga,
He
right?
did keep them in the game 100%. Yeah,
He 100% kept them in the game, but there were two drives that he drove, and the defense they just planned for it. It's easy, you know what I'm saying?
because
They
he's
just
21.
converged
You know
on
what I'm
it.
saying? He's 21. I can't blame him because
There
There's
was
guys
a lot of costly turnovers from
you have to
Kaminga.
yeah, 100%.
recognize
Yeah,
you have
for
to
sure.
recognize that this guy is helping over and you just make that extra pass. There's a couple of times where I was like, bro, just make the extra pass. I know you want to attack. Make the extra pass. And sometimes I just feel like he forces it. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like if he passes the ball, he doesn't feel like, no, bro, pass the ball, man.
But that's
Pass the
Do
ball.
you feel that's kind of the same with Pods and Kaminga where they feel when they drive, instead of looking to pass, it's almost like I gotta score. Like it's like a tunnel vision
yes,
type of thing with
sure,
them.
sure. But they're young. At the end of the day, yes. So they got to
Yeah,
develop.
that's fair. That's fair.
They'll
That's fair.
they'll they'll get out of that at some point. But they're 21 years old. Like you're asking. Look at who the Mavs had out there. PJ Washington's a vet. Kyrie's a vet. Gafford's a vet. Even Exum and Josh Green, like they've been in the league a bit. Their roles are pretty like defined. We had fucking 20-year-olds, bro. We had Trace and fucking JK and
What is
Moody
the
and
point? What is Dre? We're stuck with this for the remainder of the season. After every loss, you're just gonna say
so
21-year-olds.
no. So
That's what you're gonna go to.
that's part of the issue though. So Jim, just because it's like it's like a common denominator doesn't mean that like okay, so then I just say it once and then never again. Like that's part like I'm pointing out their guys were vets, our guys were young. That's why we lost. If Dre and Steph were playing, I think it's a different story because you have actual vets out there that could guard.
Nah, I think it's a different story if Steve doesn't gamble with the team's defense. If he
They
doesn't
would.
do that, this is a completely different game. Yes or no?
It's different. I don't know if they win though. It's tough to say
Okay,
if they win.
but
Hey,
all we
pause.
want to see is for them to compete all the way through and let the players decide instead of the coach doing idiotic
But
things
Jim,
and
I
making
could
sure
also
that the
say,
team can't like
sure,
Dre and Jim.
sure.
stay within
Jim, I
Dre
could
and
distance
Jim.
also say
because
if
he's
Clay,
gambling on
Yo,
defense.
Dre,
I could
Dre,
also say if Clay hits 3 or 4 more shots, it's a different game.
Dre.
So
This is something different than I'm seeing, and I don't know if you're observing the same shit. But this is the most prefab that I've ever seen the lineups be, bro. Right? Like
what do you mean by that?
it meaning like no matter the situation, no matter
Predetermined.
what the game is, what
He's gonna stick with it.
at the damn temp, bro. He is going to that lineup switch immediately,
Yep,
right?
yep, yep.
And it's
You think it's
such
arrogance?
bad.
Is it arrogance or
No. He has a strategy that he's going with this week. I've just been watching it every game, and I'm looking at the stats. I'm looking at the minutes, and I'm looking when guys come in and out. Pause. Right. So, like, I am looking at that, and I'm like, it does not matter about the situation. It doesn't matter. This man is just going to play what he's going to play, and that's
so
going to
that's
be that.
arrogance.
And
You
it's
just
silly, bro.
described arrogance. That's what arrogance
Yeah.
is.
And they're probably not going to win shit because of that. Because when Steph comes back, of course, he's going to go back to some fucking CP Curry Clay bullshit when he doesn't have to.
I don't
Because he
know.
just has to fucking do that horse shit. And he's been doing it all fucking season long and has shown no signs that he's going to stop doing it. He just, bro, any serious coach, if you're trying to win a game and you want your defense to be good at all times, you don't just put out 3 guards with no POA in it. It's fucking retarded. And
That's
he's
the
doing
part
it.
where I'm
And he did it fucking
confused.
tonight. And that's what ended the game in the fourth
I
quarter. They
agree.
never,
I agree with that.
it fucking ended before it started, bro. And then when you have 3 guards, what happens? You got Clay getting more, he's trying to shoot more, and there's not enough screeners, not enough balance on the floor, not enough guys going to the basket. There's imbalance on the fucking floor, on both ends of the floor. And 3 guards, and offensively, it doesn't do shit. And Steve still doesn't fucking recognize that. So as long as he's doing these things, forget it. It's fucking raps. Play in,
That's
playoffs, whatever
where.
the fuck ever. If he does these things, it's fucking raps. He's got to
Yep.
be nearly perfect because of the imperfections of this damn roster. Steve's got to be close to perfect for the Warriors to have a shot this season. And he's a fucking idiot to this day. So as long as he's doing these things, it's fucking hopeless.
And that lets you know right there we're this deep into the season and we're still experimenting with lineups. That for me is just always going to blow my mind. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's going to do this against LA. I
Steve's
just
done this. This is straight out of the playbook. This is a classic Steve Kerr. Hadn't played Dario Saric much in the rotation.
then you just
Dray-
randomly throw him in.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. It's not even random though
Bro.
because Draymond was out. He thought he was gonna
Yo,
have a moment.
Dre,
He was gonna have a
you
moment.
you know
Yeah,
what pissed me off about this game is that I was watching it and I was like, for Steph and Draymond being out, they gave really good effort, man. And the
they
heartbreaking
did.
thing,
Yeah,
bro, and it's like to me this was just like a whatever game, right? But then I'm just getting irritated as the game is going on when I'm just watching what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, all right, like I get it, bro. Like Steph and Draymond is out, and
right.
let's be honest, bro. Those are the 2 most important players on the team,
Of
right?
course, of
For the
course.
last 10, 12 years, these are the 2 most important guys on the team. So I don't get why you can't just give these fucking guys a chance, man. Like, give them a fucking chance, bro. They gave great effort tonight. And it's so disheartening when you know that Dario's not playing well and you're just gonna fucking throw him out there knowing how fucking close the standings are. Like, give them a chance, bro, because I don't think it was an effort thing tonight. I just think he just fucked around with the game. Because what was the reason for playing Dario?
That was the momentum killer.
I already told
Yeah,
you the
bro. It's
reason.
like,
The
come on,
reason
bro.
was
Like,
the reason was Draymond was out, and he said, "Okay, let me see if I can get Dario going. This might be an opportunity to throw him out there and to rejuvenate him and stuff like that." I don't agree with it, but he was thinking this would be a good chance for.
rejuvenate him. No, fuck the rejuvenation, bro. Like,
I agree, but I'm
He's
if
telling
you
not
you,
want to be
competitive.
rejuvenated,
yeah.
Wait,
go
let
to
me
a God's
ask you
doctor, bro. Fuck, man. Like,
Well,
why
what the fuck
why
are
do
we
you
doing?
that's what his
why do you
mindset was.
Dre, why do you think that Kerr didn't feel, hey, I could just balance the game and stagger it between Looney and TJD instead of even having Dario as an option?
Because he's an idiot. That's why. There's
Bro,
no
he's a
other fucking logical
jackass, man.
explanation for it. He's a fucking idiot.
This
Urkel,
shit.
you talk about Dario hurting them in the second quarter. Well, he called a fucking timeout, and everybody took a seat around the 8.5 minute mark. Guess what? The game started again, and Dario's still on the fucking floor.
That when he
Jim,
called that
Jim, Jim,
timeout.
Jim. I swear to God, when he called that timeout, he was gonna take Dario on, right? And when he brought Dario back on, I was
He's
like, "What?"
he's staying 10 toes down.
I was like, "Bro, are you
Motherfucker's
fucking with us?
insane,
Like,
bro.
seriously?"
He's non-competitive. Anybody who's overly competitive would not allow
But
that on the
that's what
floor and just
arrogance
let
is,
that
Jim.
sit there.
Jim,
Bro,
but that's what
no,
arrogance is. He's
Dre, you're
arrogant.
probably right, bro. The level of arrogance with this dude, man. It's like, let me see what Jim Park is tweeting. Jim Park is probably saying, "Fuck Dario," right? You know what, Jim Park? Fuck you. I'm gonna play Dario. That's what the shit feels like.
Bro,
And why does it even matter, right? Why
He
would it even
doubled
matter to
down.
Steve? He just got paid the largest amount of fucking money that any coach can get paid. And it's like he did fucking nothing this year. And in the middle of doing absolutely nothing, he got paid what he did. And now what does it fucking
Uh,
matter? He doesn't care. He doesn't give a
hey,
fuck.
I got a real
And you can
question.
see it in his actions.
Hey, Jim, I got a real question for all y'all. Y'all are living on the hopes of the last couple of years roster. This roster has nobody outside of Steph that can create their own bucket off the dribble. If you look at the West, all the way down to the 11th seed, everybody at least got two players who can go get their own bucket. Outside of maybe Minnesota with Karl Anthony Towns being hurt now, nobody on the Warriors can go get their own
The
bucket off the
closest player we
dribble.
have is Jonathan Kuminga, who's 20.
So that is a problem when you are this far along in Draymond, Steph, and Klay Thompson's career, where nobody can go get their own bucket off the
Yeah.
dribble. So they struggle for offense. That is the key. They struggle for offense when Steph is not on the court because nobody can go
Yes.
create their own offense.
Which is
And that has
actually,
been the biggest problem with the Warriors, especially
mhm,
now they're missing Jordan Poole, because he was somewhat can go
that's
get his
true.
own offense,
I
but
agree with that.
nobody else can. So
Mhm.
it's
Are
fucking
we
a
really bringing
crowded.
up Jordan Poole right now, bro?
No,
No, that is no, no, that's true though. That there
I'm,
was some value in having Jordan as a scorer. I mean,
value and
Bro,
I'm
let me
not.
tell you something. Like,
but I don't want him on the
I
team
need somebody that
regardless.
can run offense, bro.
Chris
Yeah, yeah.
Paul, Chris Paul. You
No,
you
no.
take
Here's
Chris
the
Paul
problem,
all day over
Urkel.
that.
Here's the problem. Dario
I wasn't
was
saying we
supposed to be
need
that
Jordan
guy.
Poole. I wasn't saying we need Jordan Poole. I'm saying, but we don't have anybody who can create
That can
offense for
create their own
themselves.
shots.
They can create their own shot off the
You know how
dribble
long I've
like
been hearing
Kaminga.
that, bro? Like, we've been hearing that same complaint about a bucket creator even when we had Kevin Durant, bro. Like, even when we had KD, people were like, we need another guy that can go create a bucket.
But it's different then, and even without KD, it's different then because Steph and Clay were so hot and so on back then, and they were young. It was a difference, so you can mask it a little bit. Now you can't mask it, and back then we still had Iguodala who can come in, or Sean Livingston who can run the offense and still get going. Now we have kind of low IQ basketball players because we're so young with Jonathan Kuminga them, and we don't have anybody else who can create. Andrew Wiggins is a hit and miss. Like we might see him for one game, we might not see him for 10 games offensively. So that shit is killing us. And
Right.
Klay Thompson, you might see him for 3 games, you might not
Right.
see him for the next five.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
that's where the basketball is coming in. Is just the roster construction. At the beginning of the season, I had them in the play-in for that reason. Roster construction, looking at the age, looking how last year ended, looking at you still finna come in here with Looney. Didn't know why they didn't get Gafford in the CP3 trade to get a athletic big because that's where the league is moving to more athletic bigs and more
Mm.
athletic wings. We
Two-way
didn't
bigs.
address
Two-way bigs.
any
Yeah, two-way bigs.
two-way bigs. We
Right.
didn't address that, and then we got and I like CP3 running the offense, don't get me wrong, but not having somebody else who can go get a bucket, that's why I wanted DeJounte Murray at the deadline. I'm like, if we can get DeJounte Murray at the deadline, when he was up in arms with the trades, I was like, that'll give us somebody who can go get their own bucket in crunch time. So everything won't be relying on
I
Steph running
mean,
off
if
pick and
we
screens.
had hit our shots though, like to be fair, if we had just hit our normal shots, we easily win this game. I mean, you
But
look
how
at the
many
stat.
times? But we've said that this
Not
year, like
easily, but
Not
every
easily, not easily, but because if you look at it, because Dre, to your point about the offense, Wiggins 5 for 12, Pods 3 for 11, Clay
Yep.
3 for 13.
Yep.
Obviously, if we stepped up offensively, aggressive, and hit our shots, yeah, we
But think
absolutely
about it
win this game.
contextually. But think about it contextually, right? And I'm not even going to put Pods in the Wiggins and Clay category because he's a rookie. So you watched him tonight. He was struggling to get a shot off in some possessions because he doesn't even know what to do. Half the time he's forcing it, and that's tunnel vision. And that's a fundamental issue with his game. So 100%. Now, Wiggins and Clay, I expect more of them because they've literally played hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of games in the NBA. They've played in the playoffs. They've played in the finals. So they should be more prepared and more consistent than a rookie. You know
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
be
saying?
honest with you,
That's
Dre.
why I'm holding
These
them to a
dudes
higher
play off of
standard.
Steph. Wiggins and Klay Thompson play off of Steph Curry, right?
That's true as well. I agree.
And when
That's
Steph
what they're not a
Curry
second option. They're
when
role
Steph
players.
Curry is not there, right? Like we just gotta like,
Yeah,
especially the
yeah.
way that they play and the
They're
way
role
that
players.
Steve
Yeah.
runs the shit. You
hmm
just kind of gotta say, you know,
You gotta
and
hope,
this is
man.
why like tonight for me was just so annoying because I thought they did relatively well, all things considering. And it's like then you watch Steve do the thing where like he pretends, we had this margin of error like about 6 years ago, right? And Steve used to do the most cunt shit ever, right? Now he's still doing the shit, and there's no margin of error there, bro. Like, come on, man, fucking read the room, bro.
That's what I've been saying for these last 2 years, specifically. Like, you're exactly right. You cannot fuck up coaching with when we don't have the roster. And I agree. This is why I agree with Jim in a large part. But also, you have to acknowledge that the roster isn't good enough to also overcome some of the coaching stuff, which I agree early in the season is more passable than now. Now, the shit's not even passable. So this game's on Steve tonight. I agree. Tonight, it
Yeah, and
100%
Yeah,
is.
and
Dre, I
And to
want to
be
tell you
fair, the
something.
Mavs
listen,
look
let me tell you
worse
something.
tonight.
If Luca doesn't play tonight, right? Like we win this game. Steph Curry didn't play, and sometimes it just comes down to that. You know
Bro,
what I'm saying?
bro,
But it
space.
it it, it
The
sucks,
Mavs
bro.
the Mavs are a top 10 3-point shooting team, and they shot only 22% from three tonight.
Why did that happen tonight?
Our defense,
Physicality, and we were scrappy. We were
we
Yeah,
were
scrappy.
bro.
definitely
No,
bothering them
it's
on
because
three.
they were limiting Luca, and when your number one guy doesn't have it going, it takes the confidence away from everybody else because now it puts more pressure on them to have to make a shot. When Luca
Jim,
has it going on all cylinders and he's doing willy nilly whatever you want, now there's no
Hmm.
pressure on those shooters, and they're going to hit all their shots. So they did
That's
a really
true.
good job containing Luca. That's why I
That's
don't go at Wiggins because he did a really good job on him. At the end of the day, he shot 5 of 12 from the field as well. He's one shot away from shooting 50% from the field. He has 17 points on 12 shots. So I don't think. Listen, the whole Clay thing, Dre. I want to tell you this: if you put Clay Thompson next to two other guards, he's not going to play well. I promise you, on most
yeah. No,
nights,
I
he's
agree.
not going to play well, and that goes the same for Steph Curry too, by the way. And so these guys were put in position to fail.
Jim.
Defensively, without a doubt, that was going to fail.
That's
You know what I'm
partly
saying?
true. The Luca point
And then
is
there's
true.
less. Listen, when you got three guards like that, there's no screening. Where's the screen? You need as many screening options as possible. You need different guys playing different parts and different roles. And
That's
when Clay's
true.
out there with two dudes who are smaller than him, they're not going to set screens. And then Wiggins is your four, who's not a good screener himself either. Which is what there's many reasons why I don't want. You talk about Wiggins boxing out and stuff like this, right? Well, what have I been saying? Don't put him at the four. That's not his job. That's not where he thrives. That's not what he's good at. It's not. That's just a fact. So, but tonight, it is what it is. You have to deal with it because Draymond is not available, right? So, but they were making do. Even with some of those missed opportunities, they were still making do. It was still competitive. But when you put out a broken fundamental like lineup, right? It happened two times tonight. One time with Dario at the five, the other time with the three guards, and Clay just couldn't.
And
There was nothing good there.
also from a defensive standpoint, we were actually doing pretty solid, doubling, forcing the ball out of Kyrie's hands. But unfortunately, with PJ Washington and I think Hardaway, a lot of these role players, that three ball started dropping in that fourth quarter.
Jim, this is why you're partly right about the Luca point because that is true. But guess what? There was no Wemby when we played the Spurs the first game, and
Hey Dre,
the reason they shot well from three was because we were not scrappy enough. We were not closing out. Tonight we did do that as well. You have to credit both. Yes,
Well,
individually
that
on
was just a
Luca.
bad game plan, right? That's
Yeah,
also Steve Kerr,
but
by
that's
the
my
way.
point though. But we were closing
hey
out tonight,
Dre,
were we not? We were
Dre.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You want to know an interesting anecdote? They asked Anthony Davis today, why does
He said I
Sabonis keep on outplaying him?
don't pay attention to one-on-one matchup. Yeah, yeah.
Sabonis right now is 14 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists. He's outplaying Anthony Davis. The Lakers are down by 15. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to transition to playback.tv/space gang, and we're going to continue to talk about this game and hope that the Lakers lose tonight because they're 30 L's and we're 31 now. Excuse me. So let's transition to playback.tv/space gang. See y'all over there.